Hi teachers, with Monsha, now you can do your long range planning, create your entire course and plan your semester very easily. At the same time, you can work on your daily lessons and plan it extensively and create all sorts of resources for that lesson. And all these have been made possible after our latest updates, and I'm very excited to share them all in this video. Creating a course is very easy. All you have to do is put in your course title, subject, grade level, language, and the number of units and lessons you want. You could also upload your existing scope and sequence or curriculum or other materials and then hit generate. And the AI will give you this ready to use course. So you have these units and lessons under every unit. For each unit and lessons in it, the titles, descriptions, and objectives are AI generated. So this is a head start for you to start working on your course. Up here, you can also add your standards to the course. And if you go to the resources section, on the left hand side, you get to see all the resources you created within Monsha inside this course, be it on a course level or a unit level or a lesson level. All those will show up here. For example, if you click on add resource, you get to see all the resources like supplementary materials, lesson plan, worksheets, or questions that you can create within Monsha. And on the right hand side, you get to see the source materials or reference materials that were used to create the resources. So these materials are stored here so that you can use them later on. You can also add custom sources, video, file, or website here so that you can use later. If we go back to the units and lessons tab, you can do some operations here. For example, you can manually add unit by just typing the unit title. You can also AI generate units. Let's say I want to create 3 more units under this course and it will generate here. You can also AI generate your lesson or manually add lessons under each unit, and you can reorder these lessons within units. You can also reorder the units. And if you go to any unit, this one, so you have these learning objectives for the unit level and you have this unit plan that were auto-generated when you created the unit in the first place. And the unit plan here is a formal document that represents how you are going to teach that unit. And you also have these curriculum standards on the unit level. And then you have this resources tab, which represents the resources and source materials used under this unit. You can also see the lessons for this unit. For example, if you click on this particular lesson, it will take you to the lesson page. So that lesson page is your canvas to work on your daily lessons very extensively. And there are different blocks in this lesson page. Each block represents different part of your lesson plan, like opening and hook, direct instructions, assessment, practice, summary, and closing activity. You can actually go on here and click on the configure blocks button to check and uncheck, to select or unselect the blocks that will go into your lesson plan. This way you have the flexibility and options to customize your lesson plan format. So this is a lesson plan I have already created, and this is a ready-made lesson plan. But if you go back and create a fresh lesson, so it will look something like this. So you have these lesson objectives that were auto-generated when you created the lesson, but all the other blocks are empty so that you can start working on it. And you can start working on it by either manually typing your content for this block, or you can use AI to just generate the block content for you like that. And then you move on to other blocks and do the same thing. And if you don't like it, you can also regenerate the content by providing any instructions. You can also edit the content here. Again, you can delete the block, or you can modify it or reorder it. And then I can go on to do the same thing for other blocks, or I could just AI generate the whole lesson at one go. If I click here, you can see all the blocks are generated. And again, I have a head start to plan my lessons. And then let's say I want to now create resources based on this different content or plan for each block. For example, this is an assessment block. So this represents how I'm going to assess my students for this particular lesson. And under this, you will see the resources section. If you click on plus, you will see all the resources you can create. So I'm creating on questions, and it auto populates my instructions from the plan to generate the questions. And then I just have to assign my number of question and question types, and then I will hit generate. So with this update, you can plan your entire course, and you have all the context of the curriculum and course inside Monsha. And then when you create a resource, all the context are used and the resources are more relevant. Apart from the course features, we have also introduced a new tool recently, which is called the SAT practice test. This is for teachers to create practice problems for their students to practice. And this is very easy to use. You just have to select your section, math or reading writing, and the number of question you want, let's say 5, 10, 15, or a full set. You can optionally select your target domains or SAT level and then hit generate, and it will create a full set SAT reading and writing question for you. And you can also see these answer keys here. If you don't like it, you can type your message and hit enter to regenerate the questions. You can go up here and edit those questions. You can also differentiate them or export them to your preferred learning management system or quiz taking platforms like Google Forms, Kahoot, Quizzes, Quizlet, or other platforms, or download as a PDF or doc. So this is very fun and easy.